When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed-sponsored jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and you're about to listen to a hypnosis session all about self-belief. And I was working with a client that really felt that they had the capabilities, but sometimes they felt a bit of an imposter. They felt this imposter syndrome that they couldn't really step in and take more of a leadership or managerial kind of position. And what's really, really important is that if there is this feeling that you're not quite ready, then what can happen is that you don't even attempt to take on more responsibility or even apply for promotions and things like that. So if you can connect with the idea of not being quite ready to, let's say, progress in your career or in your life in a different area, this is all about self-belief. Because the great thing about self-belief is that it opens up the resources to create positive self-fulfilling prophecies in the same way that doubt does it the other way around. If you don't think you're quite ready or good enough, you won't even do the things that could lead to you figuring out that you can. But if you have that self-belief, and even if the self-belief isn't that you're currently capable, but that you can learn to be capable, that's also an advantage. Now, this specific client had recently got into this managerial position, but they didn't feel fully comfortable yet. And that's completely natural because you're not going to have all of the knowledge and all of the skills of all these different new responsibilities on day one. But believing that as time goes by, you can get more and more confident, more and more comfortable with those responsibilities, again, creates this real feeling of, no, I can handle this and I don't need to know everything right now. So if you can connect with that idea, and maybe you already have that new responsibility and you've got doubts about whether or not you can handle it, or maybe you want to apply for the next position up, this will be a session that you can get some value from. It was created for an individual and they happen to be managing a spa, a retreat. That's quite specific. Some of the responsibilities like payroll and managing staff, that might be unique to them and not quite right for you. So you can ignore any suggestions that don't quite fit your suggestions and your situation and hone into the beliefs or the changes that would be really useful for you. And if you like the idea of having hypnotherapy entirely customized to your specific situation, have a look in the description or my website, adamcox.co.uk, and you'll see that you can book a completely free consultation call to explore working with me. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place, the kind of place where you're not going to be distracted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that long, deep, relaxing breath. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling of release, as if tension, stress, any insecurities are starting to leave your body in that outward breath. Breathe in a feeling of worthiness and exhale any of those feelings of not quite being enough. Breathe in a feeling of confidence, and as you exhale, allow any anxieties to feel like they're melting away, leaving your body in that outward breath. That's it. Eyelids feeling heavier, jaw feeling looser, and just connect with that wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. I want you to get a sense that you have a track record throughout your life of doing things that you couldn't do before. And I want you to get a sense that that will always be true. There'll always be new things to learn, new things to understand, new problems to solve. But each and every time you do so, I want you to get a feeling that you're better prepared for the next time like it. I want you to imagine sitting in a chair in an old-fashioned cinema, and on the screen, I want you to imagine seeing yourself like a character in a movie, one of those time loop movies where the day or the week repeats again and again and again. And I want you to think of a day that would be the most overwhelming, demanding, difficult or stressful day possible. But see that version of you on that screen. Confident, resourceful, conscientious and dedicated. And just imagine on day one, of course, on such a demanding day, things will be missed, mistakes will happen, and that's okay. But imagine seeing that version of you waking up and reliving that day again, but keeping all of the knowledge and experience from the day before. I want you to get a sense that day two of exactly the same challenges would lead to a very different response. You would be more prepared. You would understand all the different connotations. You would know what options work or don't work. Day two would feel easier than day one. And day three would feel easier than day two. And I want you to skip forward to day 100 of the most difficult, overwhelming, demanding day possible. And with 99 days of already experiencing every possibility, your conscious and unconscious mind knows that it would be a walk in the park. It would be easy for you. And I want that thought to fuel a belief that things get easier with experience. Not because the demands get easier, but because you become better. And if your unconscious agrees, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. Just allow that screen to turn to darkness, and instead create an image on the screen of a wonderful place in nature. The kind of place that you feel connected, invigorated, and inspired. And then imagine floating into that cinema screen and being in that place. Imagine being in that beauty, that nature, and connect to that feeling of feeling relaxed, connected, inspired, empowered. That's it. And I want you to imagine there's a nice comfortable chair in that place in nature. There shouldn't be, but there is. And imagine relaxing in that comfortable chair. That's it. And I want you to imagine breathing in and breathing out. Because this place in nature, is like your own inner retreat, a sanctuary for your soul. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to feel like you're drifting deeper and deeper down within yourself. Your shoulders relax. You breathe at that pace, that rhythm, that familiar zone where the subconscious becomes receptive, clear, focused, perhaps ready to upgrade. And I want you to imagine drifting into a dream-like sleep, where you're standing in front of a door labeled capability. On the next inward breath, breathe in that capability. And on the next exhale, imagine stepping through. And beyond the door is a different, calm, grounded space. A space where your best qualities rise to the surface, where doubts dissolve, and where your inner leader takes shape. I want you to imagine in that place, deep within your subconscious mind, with every single breath you feel that you can do this. You can learn this. You can become excellent at this. Because to become excellent at anything, it requires doubt. But when you move beyond the doubt, you gain new levels of competency. The arrogant and the complacent don't have doubts, but they don't have drive, and they never reach excellence. I want you to think of all of those what-ifs. What if you're not smart enough? What if it's too much? What if I cave? What if I sabotage it? And I want you to think those not as problems, but as questions to protect you. They're not there to harm you, and they were never evidence of weakness. They were evidence that you care, evidence that you take responsibility seriously, evidence that you want to excel. And from now on, you treat those thoughts as signals, not threats. signals that you're engaged, awake, committed, and willing to grow. That's leadership. You care and are striving to reach the level of capability and competency to easily exceed the demands of those responsibilities. And I wonder if you could imagine a quiet confidence rising up through you. A deep sense deep within that you can learn anything that you need to learn. Because you can. And because you will. Every task, every challenge, every unknown becomes a lesson. A chance to build capability. A chance to sharpen judgment. A chance to evolve as a leader. And you don't need to know everything today, because you can't. You only need the ability to learn, to adapt, and to grow. And your life right now is evidence that that ability is already within you. But feel it strengthening now. As you start to believe that mistakes are not failures, they are fuel. And in this new role, you don't fear mistakes. You utilize them. Some people worry, what if something goes wrong? But in a role with big responsibilities, it's not a question of if something goes wrong. Something will go wrong. And that's not a problem. When you reflect and you adjust and you improve, and you step forward stronger, clearer, and sharper than before. Failure is just a feedback loop. Crucial in that Groundhog Day to improve the next day. Because you are becoming the kind of leader and manager who improves rapidly. Because you learn rapidly. You don't want mistakes and setbacks, but if they arise, you will learn from them quickly. I want you to get a sense that your insecurities are becoming your awareness. And from now on, if you feel a block, a dip in energy, a wave of worry, or a sense of something being off, a sense that you're wading through thick, gooey mud, you do not spiral, and you do not continue. Some people believe that the definition of insanity is doing the same things and expecting different results. So instead of stubbornness or spiraling, you observe, you reflect, you re-evaluate, and then you make a decision about what needs to change or who you need to communicate to. Because your intuition is not an enemy, it's your ally. Your emotions become data and information, not danger. And your sensations become a feedback loop, not fear. This is what you, evolving fast, looks and feels like. You're no ostrich with the head in the sand. You're paying attention, looking for opportunities to reflect and refine. And I want you to imagine yourself 3 months into this new role and thriving, I want you to imagine yourself breezing through scheduling. Payroll is something that feels like it matters, the very lifeblood of the organization, the people, the vital organs. I want you to get a sense that that version of you is doing the best they can with the resources they have. And those resources are becoming more and more capable and competent with every passing week. Imagine yourself handling challenges with calm authority. Imagine yourself communicating clearly, leading with confidence, making decisions with grounded wisdom, turning uncertainty into clarity, turning problems into progress, and learning something each day that makes you better in the next. Feel this identity forming, rooting, locking into place. The identity of someone who grows, evolves, learns, leads, and succeeds. I want you to step into that future version of you and just imagine a crisis, a challenge, something overwhelming. And I want you to feel that you have all of the resources to deal with that well. Not perfectly, but well. Because that's the best outcome. You handle something professionally, competently, and still extract wisdom and learning that could enhance the next similar situation. And in that moment, feel the truth of what is happening. Feel that you can do this. You are doing this. And you're only getting better and better. And allow that truth to sink deep into your subconscious like a seed in fertile soil. A new default setting, a new expectation, a new identity. Imagine waking up tomorrow with even more self-belief, self-confidence, a belief that this will work out well, that you're smart enough, capable enough, and learn fast enough. Get a sense of that renewed energy, grounded clarity, that courage, that wisdom, that confidence, that optimism that things will go well. You are capable, you are adaptable, you are resilient, and that will only compound like a snowball rolling down a mountain. Because what you learn is built on what you've learned before. And I want you to get a sense of ease, alignment, that either something or someone has your back, that you are supported and encouraged on this exciting new chapter. And then imagine leaving that sanctuary in your mind, walking back through the door, that door that says capability. But now it says capability and leadership. Imagine yourself going back to that comfortable chair in that place in nature. And then imagine leaving that chair and floating back through a screen in an old cinema, back into your body. And then imagine starting to float all the way back into your physical body now, the here, the now, the present. But taking all of these wonderful thoughts, ideas, strategies, and beliefs with you, with a whole new sense of self-belief and worthiness. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.